Guys, we're back. Hope everyone's doing all right. Hope you're having a good day. We're going to get spooky again, hopefully. We're going back to Fearsome's Top 5 channel. This one's called Top 6 Scary Ghost Videos That Are Profoundly Unnerving. Let's hope it's a good one. If you wouldn't mind popping by his channel and dropping him a sub, I'd be grateful for that. The link is in the description. And while you're at it, if you hit a thumbs up on this video, I'd be eternally grateful for that. In the meantime, let's give it a watch and let's hope we get spooked, shall we?
Welcome to Fearsome Top 5. Today we'll be taking a look at 6 scary ghost videos. Number 1. While scrolling through the ghost subreddit, I came across a post from a user named Triske that stopped me in my tracks. They explained how the security camera in their father's house almost never goes off. It's tucked away in the corner of a room and rarely detects anything. But one night around 9 p.m., something in the darkness caused this camera to detect motion. And when reviewing the footage, this is what they saw.
The hell? Wants to play football?
Just beyond the foosball table, a pale ghost-like figure could be seen gliding back and forth. This translucent figure quietly lingered near the shadows in the back of the room.
I thought it might have been a bug or something, but you can actually see the rods of the table and stuff through it.
Triske was stunned when he first reviewed this footage, as no one was in that part of the house at the time. And whatever this was, it doesn't resemble a person. A few people in the comments suggested that this is merely a spiderweb in front of the camera. But if that were the case, then why does it seem to move behind the table? Feel free to let me know what you think.
Yeah, like I said, it didn't sort of see the arms of the rods through it. That's pretty good. Let us know what you guys make of that one. That's pretty good, that one. That's intriguing. I initially thought that it would be just a bug on the lens or something, but possibly not.
Number 2.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
A woman named Stephanie moved into a new home with her family a few years back. As they settled in, they stumbled upon something strange. Tucked above every doorway in the house were small clusters of crystals. No one had mentioned them, and they definitely weren't part of any decor. Slightly unnerved but curious, they left them untouched, figuring they were placed there for a reason, maybe even as a form of protection. Then late one night, the motion-activated camera on their back porch captured something that left the entire family deeply unsettled.
And it's gone. Just like that.
In the dead of night, this camera captured a pale, colorless figure drifting through their yard. This unnerving, ghostly figure quickly moved towards the left side of the yard, where it eventually faded into the darkness of the night. Whatever it was, it didn't belong there. And as Stephanie watched the footage, a chilling thought crossed her mind. Was this possibly what those crystals were trying to keep out?
Yeah, it was, again, it's quite intriguing, that one. Much like the first one. It might have just been somebody walking past, but it seems strange that it just seemed to fade out at some point, but good stuff nonetheless. Let us know what you guys make of that. Some good videos, eh?
Number 3. A YouTube user named RobbieCon captured a video on his car dashcam that he claims to be a glitch in the Matrix. While out for a drive, Robbie was stuck at a red light. A car on the left drove into the intersection, and that's where things get bizarre.
Where's the bike gone?
The white car on the left entered the intersection with a bike mounted on the roof. But after passing the car in front of Robbie, this bike seemed to vanish. To make matters even more strange, this bike was still clearly visible through the windshield of this car. Then within a split second, the bike was gone. Now this might just be an actual glitch in the Matrix, or this bike simply got abducted by aliens. But I'll let you decide.
Class. Class. Or it clipped the, well, you're saying that, you'd have seen the fall, wouldn't you, if it clipped the traffic lights or something, might have got knocked off. Well, it just seemed to, it did seem to just vanish that halfway around the corner. That's mad. Any explanations for that? Let us know.
Number 4. Nestled in the remote Galloway Forest Park of southern Scotland is a little place known as the White Lagan Bothy. It was originally constructed in the 19th century as a shepherd's house, but was later repurposed in 1973 as a bothy.
These bothy things, they're quite intriguing, to be fair. I've been, obviously, since listening and watching Uncanny with the Louis Belt bothy story. There seems to be a lot more circulating, but I seem to be getting tagged in a few videos on YouTube on them and stuff, so it's been quite interesting to watch, to be fair. They all seem to have stories connected to them. It's pretty impressive, to be honest, but yeah, let us know if you've got any stories.
Basic shelter that's free to use for hikers and travelers. Over the years, White Lagan Bothy has garnered a reputation for eerie occurrences. Visitors have reported unexplained phenomena, such as doors opening on their own and chairs moving without apparent cause. Some hikers have described the Bothy as having a creepy or unsettling atmosphere, especially when spending the night alone. A camping YouTuber that goes by Happy Hippie Wild Living bravely decided to stay the night. He made his way through the mountains and eagerly stepped inside, excited to have a warm place to sleep. But his experience took a haunting turn as soon as the sun went down.
I've set up my bed for the night. I'm gonna get the fire on when it gets darker. There's normally loads of candles around, but they've all been burnt out. This will probably be me for most of the night now. I just get my music on, enjoy the...
That would be quite a pleasant place, to be fair, unless it's absolutely riddled with ghosts. Like,
beautiful fire, and get back outside tomorrow in my hammock. I got one of them water filter straws, and it comes with 2 little bags as well, so you can attach the straw to that. But I've not got to use... Oh, maybe this is the guests. There was no one there. I don't know if that's just the people f***ing me or something. I don't know if that's something they do. But I don't think it would be that family. It was just a dad and his daughter and son. Oh well, we'll see. It was just knocking on the door again, and then I went out, but there was no one there. So I don't know what's going on, but I've not heard of any haunted bobbies or anything. I've never had weird shit.
that's pretty impressive.
Just wanted a nice little bobby night. If you've watched all my videos before, you know I don't do shit like this.
That was a proper bang, alright. Creepy.
This is gonna be a fun night.
Class.
I'm now walking around into the room, and then I go in there, and it just stops. Maybe I just put my music on really loud and forget about it. Cameraman never dies, right?
After putting on some music to drown out the hair-raising sounds of something lurking inside the Bothy, Happy Hippie somehow managed to fall asleep. The next morning, this is what he had to say about his experience.
Good morning. Had a bit of an experience last night. Not really sure what was going on. Thought it was just people knocking the door and running away that were camping nearby, but it didn't seem like that when I went outside. Couldn't really explain what was happening next door with the noises, but I'm not really a believer in ghosts myself. It was a bit creepy, but I'm more of an alien guy. But if you are into ghosts and all that paranormal stuff, these are not the videos for you, because this is not what I do, this is not what I'm about. I'm just a happy hippie, hiking, living in nature, loving the world. I never have anything like this happen to me, so hopefully it's just a one-off and
That's pretty
everything
cool.
will get back to normal now.
Despite the chilling sounds of someone knocking on the door and ghostly footsteps moving around him, he somehow managed to keep a smile on his face and not go running for the hills, which is exactly where I would have been, hiding behind a bush. And this isn't the only video on YouTube that captured the unnerving activity that this bothy is known for. Friends Ben and Martin from the Adventures Outdoor YouTube channel decided to hike their way.
I think it's these guys I watched actually. I'm sure they're from round this way, somewhere up north. But they sort of tried to get both aspects of it, but the batteries in one of the cameras died pretty quickly.
Through the countryside in search for the bothy,
really good watch,
a
to be
storm
fair.
was brewing as they anxiously made their way inside. And just like before, as soon as the sun was down and the surrounding area was blanketed by darkness, things took an unsettling turn.
I didn't realise it was the same bothy.
You put my glasses on now, it is. Mine is a bat.
Just as he's
So
reading the
this is
book,
quite a popular bothy by the looks of it.
it all starts
Someone
happening.
actually stayed last night. It was nice and tidy when we came in. So plaudits to whoever stayed here last night. Well done. Absolutely spotless. Hold on a minute.
Hold on a minute.
Whoa. I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out of here.
That's class.
No.
The door behind them suddenly jerked forward, catching their attention. And as they kept their eyes focused on it, the door soon slammed shut all on its own.
That was
They were sort of on edge because some stuff had moved around the building prior to that. There was some tools, a saw or something. I can't remember. I think there was some saws or something, like obviously being out in the wild. People sort of cut wood to put on the fire and stuff. And I think there was a couple of saws that were hanging on the wall. And then they suddenly weren't. When they went back in the room, they were sort of laid on the bench and stuff. And there's reckon they hadn't moved them. And there was a few other bits and pieces started happening. So they were on edge anyhow. It was a good video to watch, actually.
Totally weird that the door just started to move on its own. And then it just pretty much slammed shut. I mean, Marty's out there,
I don't really want to come back in.
he's in bits. That was just the weirdest thing, wasn't it?
The two looked at each other in disbelief, both of them almost convinced to leave the house altogether. But little did they know, things were about to get even creepier.
Well, folks, it's probably about 10 minutes after our ordeal with the spooky door closing over there. And we're trying to, like, rationalise it. I mean, I don't particularly believe in ghosts, and neither does Martin. So we're kind of thinking that it might have been just like the backdraft of the wind. I mean, there's a storm going on outside, so
Yeah, but I still don't believe it was the wind, but it's the only when the wind's blowing that strong outside, and there's no, it's the only rational explanation, even though. Nah, I'm not even looking at that. No, I'm not looking at it. It's moving, right? I'm honest, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go.
this can't be right.
I'm not. It's black in here as well. I can't see a thing.
So there's a chair over there, and it just started to move, which is
No way. I'm not even. No,
it's bonkers.
I'm not having any part of this.
That is moving.
Yeah, it was them saws behind the chair I'm starting about, I'm sure.
Just leave it. Come out there.
Oh, Christ. Well, I'm gonna drink some more wine, I think. Christ.
No, that's poltergeist shit, Paul. That's poltergeist stuff. That's not ghostly. That's evil spirit stuff.
The chair against the stone wall behind them somehow unexplainably began to slide across the floor. In that moment, the guys knew that a paranormal force they couldn't see was somewhere in the room with them. Now on edge, the two drank some wine and tried their best to get some sleep. Before they knew it, the sun was up and they hurried to pack their belongings and get as far away from the bothy as possible. So could the events that were caught on camera be genuine proof of the paranormal? And just curious, would you spend the night at the White-Legged Bothy?
That'd be cool.
Number
Yeah, so it's interesting to see sort of videos from these guys that are just out hiking and stuff, because obviously they're not there for the purpose of trying to track down ghost stuff. So it's impressive, and their reaction was class. But yeah, there was like them big metal saws behind the chair. They were the ones that had they were supposed to have been hung on the wall prior, but it was a good video of that one to watch, to be honest. I think it was on about half an hour or so for the full thing, but it was well worth a view.
5. A Reddit user named Walter was exploring Scotland with a friend when they spotted an abandoned building up ahead. As they got closer, they were met with the unmistakable sound of loud banging coming from inside the seemingly empty structure. Curious and a little uneasy, they moved towards the noise, but what they found only confused them more.
What the fuck? What is that?
It is a ghost.
It's just a wind.
Mate. Must be a ghost.
No, it's a wind.
No, it's a ghost.
Let's go.
There's nothing else there.
What is that?
Yeah. What else could it be?
You think you'd see someone's hand or something if they were banging on it? Some force, that man.
See? Really?
I told you it was fucking haunted.
Every window of the building appeared to be boarded up, yet one window in particular stood out, its board violently jerking opened and closed over and over. The banging sounded like someone or something was kicking the board from the inside. But when we pause the footage and zoom in as the board swings open, there's no sign of anyone. As far as explanations go, I don't have one. But if you think you do, feel free to share it with the class.
That's pretty good as well, that one, man. Like I said, you'd think for the force of it, you'd see someone's hand or foot or something near there, but there's just nothing. Crazy.
Number 6. A TikTok user named Kyle Anthony started recording videos after strange things began happening around his home. Loud bangs and knocks often echoed from above, making him suspect that something or someone might be lurking in the attic.
Okay, I just heard a loud ass banging in the garage while I was pouring my coffee. What the f***? Please do not be something weird. I cannot take this shit anymore.
At first, Kyle was hesitant, but he eventually gathered the
Maybe just
courage to
embrace
climb
it
the
at the top of
ladder
the
and
door.
take a look.
Alrighty, well, I thought I had the bright idea to shine a flashlight up in there since my phone light wouldn't reach very far. But I got up in there and realized there is a light bulb. So I'm gonna show you what I found. If I can make it up here.
Raccoon nest or something.
These are some rickety freaking steps. That
of
is
sorts.
some kind of a box. And I'm too scared to go get it. Maybe after one more beer.
Hidden in the darkness, he spotted a random black box sitting alone in the attic. Curiosity got the best of him, and he decided to retrieve
What's in the
it.
box?
But what he found inside was far more disturbing than what he could have expected.
All right, I'm up here. And light bulb blue. So that's great. Now let's go
Ominous.
get the box. Oh, goodness.
You wouldn't go when the light was working, but he's going when it's not.
This is sturdy. All right. Okay, it's a Christmas box. Oh, there's the handle. Is there another one? Yeah, there we go. All right, let's see.
Like a hammer thing, isn't it?
All right, let's see what's in there.
One of the old picnic hammers.
Oh, is that a fucking...
Dolls.
There's some shit in there. Okay, dusty or now. Okay, there had to be a freaking doll in here. Oh.
Of course, inside the creepy black box up in the dark, dusty attic
It was
was
a
a
creepy
doll
doll.
with no eyes. And just before he flipped it around, you can faintly hear a disembodied child's laugh echo through the attic.
I thought that was the doll making the noise.
In the days that followed, the activity in his home seemed to get worse, almost as if tampering with the box disturbed whatever was inside.
All right, for any of y'all who don't believe that this is real, and I'm just making it up, I'm about to prove it to you. All right.
Hold your camera up. Don't say.
All right.
What the hell?
There's nothing up here. There's nothing up here. I told you.
One night, Kyle walked into his garage and caught the terrifying sound of something in the attic aggressively slamming against the door. He climbed up again and spun his camera 360 degrees, showing
The hatch didn't seem to take that much effort to open, to be fair.
clearly that
He
no
didn't
one
seem
was
to
there.
pull it
So
around.
who or what was violently banging? And could this have anything to do with what Kyle found? Or maybe Annabelle's long-lost cousin? Make sure to
Plus.
follow me on Instagram to hear more from your boy. As
Yes. Good stuff there. I enjoyed that. Albeit the Bothy story I've seen prior, but I don't think it's featured here. So it's nice to bring you guys into that conversation as well. Let us know what you guys make of that. There was some good stuff. The ghosty ones at the beginning were pretty cool, the apparitions. And then obviously those stories at the end were pretty interesting too. Let us know any thoughts. Put them in the comments below. If you want to discuss them properly, come by my live streams. Just ring the bell. Follow me on Twitch and on the other socials. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up, again, I'd be grateful for that. In the meantime, guys, have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.